In this video, I'm going to discuss these commands. So df-h, so we basically use for available disk space, and then du-sh. Just imagine your developer came with a problem that he was saying that there is no space available inside of the disk. So now you need to check that which folder file are using more data. So you want to check that. In that case, you can use du-sh mount or umount when you want to mount temporary, or if you want to detach it, attach it, then you can use this command. It's fstab. So if you want to mount it uh, even after reboots, so then you can use you need to set things in fstab, and then lsblk to view all block devices. So let's check this in action. I already deployed one linux server in aws. Just gonna copy public IP. I'm using Ubuntu machine, so SSH Ubuntu and public IP. I already set it up passwordless authentication, so I don't need to give any key or password. So if I run the sudo su command, now let's check this. If you want to check the free disk space available, so run the command df-h. So it is dev root. This directory has 6.8 of size, but 1.8 GB used, and it is available 5 gigabytes of storage, so it has still free of. So with this command you can check that, and then if you run the command du-sh, now you can see 32 kilobytes. If you run, that's basically we are inside this folder, so it is just checking whenever you run this command. So it usually checks whichever the folder you are in, so though that space only it checks. If you get into this where log, if you run the command du-sh, now you can see 26 MB. So even you can run this command with specifying location as well, directory, or in this case I'm using root. Maybe I'm gonna say asterisk as well for everything. So inside this folder only it's showing, so it's just showing individual folder. So if you run the command ls-l, now you can see. So this way you can use it. For instance, if you have an issue with some nginx logs, you can combine this with the find command as well to check. So it shows 26 MB. And if you want to mount or umount, what you can do actually, I'll show this later. So let's check this one first. If you run the command lsblk, now you can see there is only one disk, this one 8 gigabytes, and it has these many partitions. And then now what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump into aws. This could be same for even if you use any other clouds as well, it doesn't matter. So linux works in the same way. So just I'm gonna create 2 GB. Let me, I think I gotta make sure that whichever availability zone I do have my machine, so it should be in the same AG. It's US East 1A, 1A, that looks fine. Just create it. So once you create it and then attach it, let me refresh. Yeah, this 2 GB one, attach to our instance. So I'm gonna say that looks fine. Oops, okay, maybe something else. That's been attached. If I come back, if I run the command lsblk again, now you can see another disk xvde. Earlier there wasn't xvde, now we have xvde. This is a disk. So this is just a plain disk. We need to partition it. We need to run the command cfdisk. I think it's fdisk or okay. Actually, we can say fdisk space slash dev. That's a device. So whenever you attach a block device or any pen drives, so a pen drives, it comes in slash media, but this block device comes inside this slash dev folder, and then this one. Even you can check that. Run the command ls-l slash dev. Now we can see xvde. You can see this one here. So even you can identify with you can see b as a block device. So now run the command fdisk space dev and then xvde. So it says if you don't know what to do, just put m for help, and then we are trying to add a new partition. So n, then enter, 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 and then again m for help. Then you can write it. That's it. Now if you run the command lsblk again, now you can see it was disk earlier, now it's partition. So now if you want to mount it, then you can use this command mount or umount. So first we need to create a folder. So if I look into where I am, okay, let's jump into slash home ubuntu, and then I'm going to create a directory, call it data. Now if I want to mount that slash dv xvde1, then what I need to do, run the command mount it mount slash dv xvde. Okay, actually what we did, actually we forgot one more step. If we run the command lsblk, we attached a disk and we partitioned it, but we didn't create any file system. So for that one, you can say mkfs, that's a make file system, ext4 slash dev xvde1. Actually it's mkfs.ext4. Yeah, that's been created. Now we have a file system as well. Now you can run the command mount slash dev xvde1, and then the folder name. So we have that folder here only, that's why I can put this. Now if I run the command df-h, now you can see slash dev xvde1, this partition is mounted on this location, and it has 1.9 GB. Only 1% is using now. If you get into the data, if you do ls, we don't need this part. I'm just gonna remove everything. Now I'm going to create a file here, hello.txt. So hello DevOps, for instance. So if I do ls now, we can see that file. Now you can see. So this is inside that disk, actually the partition. Now what I'm gonna do, if you want to remove it and mount it up, you can run the command umount and the folder name data. Now if you run the command df-h now, it's been removed. If you rerun it now, if you get into this folder, if you run lsfnl, nothing in there because that's in the other that partition. So we just unmount it. So let's mount it again with the mount command. Where is that? Yeah, you can use. Now if you check lsfnl data again, now you can see that file. Okay, but if you reboot it, what happens? Let's see. If you reboot the machine, it's been rebooting. let's read on the previous command. Okay, let's wait for a while. Now we're in. Now run the command sudo su. If you run, nothing in there. Why? Even though you mounted, why nothing is there? If we run the command df-h, it's unmounted. So what happens when you mount it, and if you reboot your machine, that mount is will be removed automatically. So if you want to if you want to have that post system, I mean, even if you reboot that machine, if you want to still have that mount, then you need to put that thing in slash etc fstab. So in this one we need to put the configuration, then it automatically mounts it when you reboot the machine. So let's check that. Jump back to our machine, and now what you can do, if you run the command lsblk, of course you can see that if you run the command blkid, now you can see that's block device id. So if we check our xvde, yeah, xvde1, this one is here. Let's copy this part, paste it here. Now just open fstab slash etc fstab. So don't touch other things, other, because if you change these things, your boot order is going to change and your system won't boot. So just make sure to not touch anything. So under here you can what you can do actually, you can run, you can put this as slash dv xvd1. So you can use that as well, but I'd like to use basically the id part. So just make sure. So and then you need to provide file system. So that's ext4, that's what we created earlier. So you can do that, and then defaults. At this place actually you can use different options as well. So just go with the defaults. Even you can put read only permissions, maybe read write, so you can do that as well. So I'm just gonna go with defaults, and then this 0, which is for backups. So if you put 1, so that's gonna backup. So basically we usually keep it 0. And this one, if you put 0, that means don't check anything. So if you use, it usually runs for fsck command to check the disk for any corruptions. So basically for root devices only we usually check that. So 0 means no checks. If you put 1, and then it usually checks first and then boots it. So that's how we usually put 0 for others, because we don't want to check that. So that's fine, and then save it. Now if you run the command mount -a, it says ext4 mount point doesn't exist. Okay, I forgot actually. We need to give that location where we are mounting, /home /home /ubuntu and data. Make sure this folder exists, otherwise you're gonna face some errors. So let's save it. Now run the command mount -a. It says your fstab has been modified, but systems D still uses the older version. If you want to reload it, just run this command. That's fine. Now if you run df-h, it's been mounted automatically. Now you can see, even if we reboot it, it comes up automatically. Let's see. So we can say we can run lsblk, sorry, that's a blk id to get block device IDs, you can say. If you reconnect, if you run it, if you run command df-h again, now you can see, where's that xvd, it's supposed to be lsfnl data. Yeah, it is still there. You can check it here actually, my bad. So even if you reboot it, it's gonna come up automatically. So this /etc fstab, it's auto mounts drives on reboot. So this is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching.